Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being here today. So, before starting, I would like to ask if it's okay for me to record a audio and video for this interview, or do you have any preference?
I would like only audio. I prefer keeping my identity anonymous, so
Okay,
it will be okay.
okay, I understand. So, before starting, I just want to let you know that this interview is for a school project. I just want to find out about your experience at the cinema and get some insights from it. And also, there are no right or wrong answers. It's just only about opinion, so you don't have to worry about being right. Okay?
That's perfect.
Okay. So, firstly, I would like to ask you to introduce yourself. Like, how old are you? Where do you live? Where you work, if you can tell me.
Well, I'm 26 years old and I live in Haarlem currently. I moved to the Netherlands, more specifically in Amsterdam, 10 years ago, about, with my family. We were living in Hungary, and I decided to continue living here as I really enjoy this place, and I have a couple of good friends here. I graduated 2 years ago from the university by getting my master degree in event management. I work at Lotus Events in Amsterdam and I live alone in Haarlem.
Okay, nice. So you moved 10 years ago with your parents in Amsterdam, and uh, when did you move to Harlem and why? What made you change the city?
I moved to Haarlem after my graduation, mainly because I really like this city. It's amazing for me. It is quiet and relaxing, very different from the agitation from Amsterdam, and I really enjoy the quiet places as I'm a quiet person.
Okay, nice. And moving on, like, can you tell me what do you like to do in your leisure time, in your free time?
Usually I'm very busy, but if it happens to have a little free time, then I like to hang out with my friends. Um, a lot. I like going to restaurants, to cinemas, and even coffees. These are my favorite. But also, I like to read and to hike.
Nice. So you like spending time with your friends in your free time, right?
Yes, a lot of time with my friends.
Nice. And can you tell me, like, how many times a week are you going out with your friends, like to restaurants or cinemas or in general?
Well, mostly we go out during the weekend because my week is always full. As I told you, I'm a really busy person and I try to finish everything I have to do for my work until Friday. It is quite hard for me to find some free time lately because of my work.
Okay, so even though you like so much going out with your friends, do you have like a specific place where you like to hang out with them? More like a favorite one?
To be honest, to have a favorite place, I don't have one, and I like to go to a lot of new different places. All the time they are different, but mostly we go to the cinema, and the most frequent one is Pate Harlem. Also, as a restaurant, may I say that I prefer Ristorante Lazaro, but to grab a drink, it would be Kirk.
Okay. And if you can tell me, like, what do you like more specific when going out with your friends? Like, how does it make you feel?
I feel very relaxed, and it is around them, and I'm kind of able to release a lot of my stress around them, because they always try to make me laugh and put me in a good mood. I feel that the stress gets out, and I really enjoy their company.
Nice. And moving on of your like leisure time activities, you said that you like to read, and can you tell me like what mostly do you like to read? Like what type of books?
I like a lot of books by Sarah J. Maas, which is a fantasy author. I like fantasy and kind of not realistic books. I prefer the ones that have a bit of unusual in them. I always like different things.
Nice. And another activity that you said it's about hiking. So usually where do you hike? Because here in the Netherlands we don't really have any place for that more specific, like in the nature.
Yes, that's it's true. But I used to go in Austria for hiking, but since the pandemic hit it, I couldn't go anymore, and I really feel sorry for this. I hope that everything will go to the normal and I could enjoy the hiking.
Nice, I can understand. Okay, so let's say like if you would have to choose just one of those activities that you're doing in your free time, which one would you choose?
I think it would be going out with my friends. I really prefer this. I prefer being outdoors more than indoors. And I really enjoy their company and spending time with them. It really fills me up with energy.
Nice. Okay, quite interesting. And let's say now, what about films? Like, do you like watching movies in general?
Yes, I enjoy watching movies, uh, especially before sleeping on my phone on Netflix. It creates somehow a dependence.
Okay. And what kind of genre do you prefer? Like, what do you mostly watch?
I enjoy watching movies with superheroes, exciting, maybe some adventure, and for sure a lot of action.
Nice. And maybe like tell me why do you like those kind of movies in general? How does it make you feel? What type of emotions can you tell me about them?
I am a very different and a very emotive person, but I like the idea of something unusual, something really, really different. Those movies are making me feel a lot of adrenaline most of the time because I'm always trying to figure out what will happen next. It makes me very curious. I am a curious person and I always like to suppose what will happen in the near future.
Nice. So, you said also that you have Netflix, right?
Yes, this is modern and I think everybody has the access to it.
And do you have any other movie streaming platforms besides Netflix, or is just it?
Yes, from time to time I also watch Amazon Prime Video and HBO. This is very interesting.
Okay, and do you watch movies often on those platforms as well, or mainly only on Netflix?
Yes, every day actually. I'm watching movies and different series, but mostly, yes, I use Netflix. This is a
Okay,
common.
okay, I understand. And moving on, like you said to me that you like to watch movies and series. Do you think you can tell me what movies do you watch more often? Like, or if you have any favorite movies that you watch on those platforms?
Well, I really enjoy Marvel movies, especially the Spider Man movie series. But my favorite series is the Witcher series with Calvin Klein. Like a favorite movie, I think this would be Mad Max.
Okay, nice. And why those movies? Like, what do you like about them?
So I suppose I prefer them because I like the storyline and I enjoy the superhero aspect in it. For example, Mad Max is my favorite movie because of the explosive spectacle. Also, it is kind about the apocalyptic theme and a bizarre world. I firstly watched Mad Max in cinema in 2015 when it was its premiere, and it was indeed amazing. I was stunned by the explosive spectacle and the way the world around the character was built, just very, very interesting, very unique. I can say this was something really special for me. But when it comes to the Marvel movies series, I enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy also because of the action that happens in the galaxy and not on the Earth. Those movies are make me feel very intrigued and very curious. They are really special.
Okay, so I can see that you're a pretty curious person.
Yes, that's
To
it.
say.
True.
So nice. And do you like going to cinema then?
Yes, I really enjoy going to the cinema.
Okay. And how often do you go to the cinema? Like, can you tell me like how many times a week? Are you going alone or with friends?
To be honest, I go around 3 or 4 times a month if this happens to have a little bit free time. Um, and I go alone from time to time, but most of the time, I go with my friends because, as I told you, I enjoy their company.
Okay, nice. And why with your friends? Like, why not alone? What do you like going to the cinema with your friends mainly?
Uh, well, because I enjoy socializing and discussing with them about the movie and maybe about other topics. We have a lot of things in common, and this makes me feel relaxed that I can discuss with them about everything, and I really enjoy this. This makes me also feel at ease after a long week at work.
Okay, understand. And if you go, I mean, you go pretty often to the cinema, like 3 or 4 times a month, it's something I can say. And do you go to only one cinema or more cinemas?
The most frequent one that we go to is the Pate in Harlem, but I also tried other cinemas like Kinepolis. Indeed, my favorite is Pate.
Okay, understand. And what do you like about this cinema? What it makes it so special that you go so frequently?
I find it a great spot for movies. I love that it has easy parking and really good cinema rooms. It
Okay, so so if you can tell me like what do you like about this cinema in principle, like what it makes it so special?
uh, well, I find it a great um, spot for movies. I love that it has easy parking and really good cinema rooms. Um, it is also very clean there, and the customer service is on point and very friendly. Also, I enjoy the interior. I find it quite elegant. It's really enjoyable there.
Nice. And are there things that you don't like about it, like you say, oh God, I hate it?
Uh, well, maybe it would be that the snack and drinks are quite expensive. This is my opinion, and the waiting line is always quite long, and I always have to think in advance because of how much time I'm gonna spend only in line to be in time for the movie. And their cinema app is quite annoying actually. It is quite confusing when it comes to earning points for getting discounts.
And when you go to the cinema, to the Pathé, alone or with friends, how do you usually get there? Like by bike, public transport, or personal car?
Um, Usually, I get there in my own car. It has really good parking lines, and I really appreciate this. And I like going there in my car. I found it very convenient. Rarely it happens to use the public transport. Mainly, I go there by my own car.
Okay, and let's say out of nowhere, just as an idea, and if you would have the opportunity to have like a like a special treatment to go to the cinema, would you be interested?
To be honest, I really don't know. I didn't think about this, but if it comes to the cinema, I guess not, because it is more for me and I really like being more independent. Maybe can you give me an example of special treatment for the transport to get to the cinema?
Sure. Um, like I was thinking maybe the cinema giving you a special car to get there with your friends, like to pick you up from your house or from your own apartment. Would you be interested in that?
Mm, Honestly, no, I don't think so. Mainly because it is a cinema, I don't think it should be that special. I prefer going there by my own car, and honestly, I really enjoy driving and being independent. Also, when I'm in the car with my friends, we can play any music we like and we can listen to what we like the most. It's somehow our choice, and we feel very, very good before arriving there. We have somehow high energy.
Nice. So again, the characteristic of being with your friends, which is nice. And going back to the cinema, like, how do you find the customer service there? Do you find it friendly or you don't care about it?
To be honest, I really enjoy it. They are very friendly and very helpful. It makes me feel very welcome there.
Okay, and going back to my questions about like crazy stuff, like Let's say if you would have like special customer service, would you be interested?
Special customer service? Um, I don't think so, but it really depends on what you mean. Can you give me an example, please?
Sure. Okay, so let's say that you can get served like in the cinema room by the employees, like getting your snacks and drinks to you, not you picking them up and waiting for them, like you sitting on your seat and they just come in the cinema room and they give you the snacks and drinks. Would you be interested?
No, I would not like that. It is a cinema, and in my opinion, it should be let how it is. I like being independent and getting my own things. Also, it would be quite weird, and because it is not like a restaurant, it is a cinema.
Okay, so you're a pretty independent person. Nice.
Yes.
But before or after the movie at the cinema, you alone or with your friends, do you do something, or is just about going to see the movie and then you go home and that's all?
Um, we usually go to a restaurant or grab a drink or the Kirk after the movie, mainly to discuss our week, but most of the time after the movie we discuss about it, like what do we like about it, what we don't, and what character we found the most interesting.
Okay, nice. So it's a lot about socializing and talking about the movie with your friends, which is really nice. Good. I can see that you really enjoy watching it if you're discussing so much about it. Okay, and one more question, and I promise I'm done. If there will be the opportunity to experience or have anything at the cinema, it can be crazy and out of the box. It doesn't matter if it's realistic or not. What would you have in mind? It can be anything. Think of something crazy. I don't know.
Um, to be honest, I think the cinema is really good, but it is just the cinema. I would love to have something related to it where I can socialize with my friends. I enjoy discussing the movies I see with them and also writing reviews. This would be a very good point. Another thing, maybe they could afford cheaper snacks or drinks, maybe more discounts on it, and also something that can help reduce the waiting time in line for the snacks, like a self-service, I don't know. um, Also, I really enjoy the app Albertine with the option of main box. Um, but if I would have any idea, would be to have a special place only for socializing about the movie with my friends. Uh, more like our own room or similar, with home theater, with crazy lights and maybe themed based on movies.
Okay, thank you so much for the ideas that you gave me and the insights. It was really helpful, and thank you for participating at this interview. It will help me a lot. And yeah, that's all. Thank you
Thank
again.
you very much for your questions. Indeed, I really liked them, and I can say that this was amazing. Uh, have a great day.
Okay, thank you the same.